Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the commodities update video. And today we will be looking at, again, natural gas, tradable ticker UNG, as well as oil, silver, gold, as in US dollar. So we'll be looking at their support and resistance levels, and as well as the most likely scenario where price will be heading into later this week. And Happy New Year, everyone. And let's get started. So we were looking at natural gas over the weekend, saying I wanted to see it break this quadruple top resistance around 2.56, and we did. We gapped up in the morning, but we gave it all back, so I don't like that. But we are still slightly above it, so I don't want us to see. Last thing we want is gapping up and then close below it. Technically, we did go below it, but we are still pretty much on that level. So if we do bounce from here, you can see all these resistance, right? Rejection, 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 and we finally gapped up above it. What we wanted to see was bulls getting more follow through, but below it and bounced a little bit slightly and closed slightly just on it. So if we do bounce back from here, then it's a back test and bulls play defense and held it. But if we have just a slight bounce like this, what we have currently, and then hits the EMAs and then rolls over, then that's a failed back test of the prior resistance didn't act support. You guys know how I always say that when we break a level resistance and we back test it, we want to see it act as support. So flipping from resistance now becoming support. So if we can't get that and we roll over, then that's a bad sign. This may be the temporary top of this bounce, which I also talked about that it may be still a weekly bear flag. So let's take a look, see are we closer to our weekly bear flag levels or not. So we take from top of the move, maybe to the bottom of the move. That's not right. Top of the move is right there. Top of the move to the bottom of the move. We are getting pretty close. So as long as this retracement of this bounce does not bounce over 38.2%, it's within the bear flag territory. We got pretty close. So as long as we still trade below it, this thing could just chop around like this. So this initial drop, right? That's the drop, and this is the bounce. And a flag sometimes can flag like this. We don't make a new low yet on the next drop, and then it just kind of chops within it, and it tightens up into a flag. It doesn't have to look perfectly like this, but it sometimes just tightens up in the range. And then once it breaks, that's where people get in for a short for the flag. Or if it breaks bull, this is where people buy long for that flag to get negated. And then because if the bear side gets negated with no follow through, then the most likely scenario is to the upside. So we'll see if this ends up playing out like that. So what I want to see on the hourly chart is, does this back test fail or not? Because if this back test fails, that may actually mark potentially the top of this bear flag. So we'll see. Or if we successfully hold this back test and bounce, break above here, then nothing to worry about at the moment for bulls. Yeah, we'll see how tomorrow ends up playing out and overnight as well, and see where that goes. Let's take a look. 4 hour might have a little bit of support here. Let's see here. Yep, we pretty much just bounced off of this black line that we just drew together. Let's see if we can get that last level of support in. I don't like this last one here. Let's leave that again. Like this current one right here. These 4 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we bounce exactly off of that today as well. So if we do break, fail this back test, we're likely breaking this black looking support line as well at the same time. And this will likely roll over into a flag. And just be like that. Yeah, pretty key level here. Let's take a look at this little zone here tomorrow. If bulls can play defense and play offense off of it, or it'll just be a hourly break. All right, let's take a look at UNG. The UNG is a tradable ticker for natural gas. Likely, very similar move. Same thing, gapped up And now we're just testing that level right at this zone, at this 5.19. And does it have that similar support here? Let's take a look. Pretty similar, but not as perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. So same thing with natural gas. So if natural gas breaks and fails the back test, then this can roll over as well. So in this 5.19 level, if natural gas ends up bull breaking from this level, bounces, then this will also bounce. Yeah. I would say it would likely favor the bears a little bit more due to this. We broke above so much higher and then gave it all back. But it's not end of the game for bulls yet. Like I said, that back test to see if we can hold it or not tomorrow. Because if we do hold it, then there's a good chance we may negate that bear flag. All right, let's take a look at oil. So oil on the daily charts is still in a... I talked about this over the weekend. We're likely coming down and test this maroon looking support. Bounce, 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 bounce these areas, bounced again. And we're probably going to come down to the 65 level zone, which is a sideways horizontal support. You can see these support, all these bounces, as well as this maroon looking line support will be coinciding together over here, right at 65. So if 65 doesn't hold, then we're probably going to roll over. Probably going to get some bear volume coming in if we break through it. But if it bounces, then we will continue to see if oil will continue its bear trade. So now, no signs of bounce yet. We pretty much closed the low of its day, and we're pretty close to 65. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 65 and then have a slight bounce, and then it gets a bear flag, and then roll over. But the size of the retracement is going to be very important for me, because if it's a shallow retracement, we're probably going to break it. But if it's a big enough bounce where it bounces over 50% of this move, then we have space to potentially chip up the trend change back to an uptrend. But for now, zero signs of that yet because we're not even done dropping yet. So see what happens to oil when we test that 65 zone. All right, let's look at the dollar. Big bounce on the dollar over the weekend. Talking about that, we want to get over the 12 EMA, which is a tail looking line, as well as this downtrending resistance, which, as you can see, acting as resistance, long-term resistance for a very long time over. And then when we're above it, it acts as support. So when we're under it, and today it actually broke through it. So it's a good sign. And for the dollar bulls, and not a good sign for the metal bulls, because they're inversely correlated, as well as the barter market does not like the dollar bouncing. And that may be one of the reasons why we had a red day for QQQ and S&P 500. So what I'm looking at from here now, what I want to see is, since we have a big enough bounce now, you guys always know where I talk about the size of the bounce. And we have space to change the trend back to the bulls. So let's say we come back down here, back test this maroon line, see, and then bounce. That'll be a daily trend change back to the bulls. We have not had a daily trend change all the way since this top of this move. You can see this was the initial drop, pivot being set. That's a lower high and a lower low, bringing to a new low. So that's a daily downtrend come from here. And ever since then, we never changed the trend. You can see, tried to change trend here, double topped, rolled over, and then continued. So never had a daily uptrend confirmed. So got really close here. You can see we tried to get that pivot in and then double topped. So now we want to see if bulls can do that. Big enough bounce. Same thing over here, big enough bounce. When we do pull back, if we get the pivot set, are we going to double top again and roll over, or are we going to make a new high? And that'll be a trend change if they make a higher high. You watch, but based on the look of today, we may get another leg up potentially, because since we close at the high of the day. When you close at the high of the day, it just means that the market ran out of time. Bulls could have taken it higher if they had more time. Same thing with the low of the day. Bears could have taken it lower if there's more time. Just the psychology of it. It's not always 100% true, but that's just the psychology of it. And currently, looks like dollar bulls are taking it higher and a little bit in the after hours. So yeah, we'll probably get a little bit more higher. Maybe we'll come up to test this 102.6. See, there's a wall here we couldn't get over last time. Same thing here, another resistance here. So yeah, if we break that 102.5, we're probably coming up to this 103.6 level. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold here perfectly makes sense because the dollar had a huge day. So not surprising to see gold and silver red. Pick up our wick here. Did we gap up? No, we didn't even gap up here today. So yeah, big, let's take a look here. Still no trend changes for gold yet to the downside. So we could have come down all the way here to potentially 2047, which is this quadruple top resistance. We want to see this act as support when we do come down to it. If we don't hold this tail looking line, 12 EMA, which we bounce off of it once only over there, so it's not that significant for me. If we break through that, I'm looking at this 2043, this quadruple top support. See if we can hold that. If we don't, and we're likely forming a tightening range, which is move to the bottom of the move. Next move is going to be within the prior move. So big bounce, big drop, big bounce. It's going to be a big drop as well, but it's going to be higher than this one. So tightening up like this. The moves will be within the prior moves. Obviously, it won't look exactly like this till the end, but you guys understand the tightening ranges usually trade within the prior move due to the size of drop and the size of the bounce initially. If this doesn't hold and we roll over through that, we're probably going to come down to this and it'll form a tightening range. So let's see if this level holds. It may do something like this, where it drops to here and bounces slightly while the dollar, let's say tomorrow, dollar gets another leg up and it hits this level, right? And it slightly pulls back just a little bit. That means gold comes down, and then when dollar pulls back a little bit, it'll bounce a little bit here as well. And then if the dollar actually changes its daily trend change for the first time, ever since this drop from all the way up here, guess what? Gold's gonna come from a daily downtrend. So we'll see if the dollar ends up confirming its very first daily uptrend for a very long time. That'll be a shift in the dollar, and we'll probably get a bigger shift in the metals as well. And likely the broader market is going to go slightly red as well if that happens. So I have to keep watch on the dollar to see if give us more clues on how the market's going to trade. So same thing with silver here. Big drop, big bounce. Now, is it going to hold these levels, or are we going to form that tiny range as well? Level for silver would be closer to here, where that this downtrending mirror looking line is. Higher resistance. I want to see it act as support if we do come down here, which is also coinciding close to this 23.34 support. So same thing with gold. If we get another leg down on, if we get another leg up on dollar, this will get one more leg down. Slightly bounces. If dollar conforms a daily uptrend, we're going to break through that and go back into this big triangle zone we have been trading for a very long time. So key is going to be on the dollar. All right, that's all I got for you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. And if you did like, share, and subscribe, if you guys made it this far or learned anything. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Wednesday for more updates. If you guys want the stock market update video, let me know in the comments. I know there's a little bit less viewer on that than the commodities. But if you guys want to know more about the stock market QQQ and the 7 mega cap tech stocks, let me know. I will do one update or a few over the weeks. All right. Have a great rest of you guys' first week of the new year.